after what just happened. We're gonna be going ahead and installing this dash cam. So the way that this works, this dash cam will go right over your current one. And then as long as you have enough clearance in the end of it, back here, and then you put these straps on. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. No, just kidding. We still gotta wrap this up. So you guys are gonna go ahead and watch me route up here, underneath. It's gonna go through here, where I can route the wiring to my main fuse box, which is right down here. It'll all be tucked away somewhere in this area or behind the radio station. And the GPS module will be installed right there. And the other type of wiring that I have is the rear camera. The rear camera is also gonna be routed my way. I'm thinking continue going this way, but stay tuned. Alright, so the wiring will be coming this way, and then from behind the plastic goes through, and we have this black cable right here. I have it coming down here, goes this way, it doesn't touch the movement of the steering wheel. It goes behind that bracket right there, and then we have it coming this way right here, which is where my 12-volt outlet will plug in to my fuse box. But the thing is, I don't know if you guys noticed, and I'm gonna play a replay right now, that is not gonna fit because it is a different type of fuse. The one I have is a mini fuse. This looks a lot bigger, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but I will get the rest of this routed up and then come back when I have the full parts that I would need. Check it out. So you really didn't see any of that wiring until you get to the corner. That's gonna be kind of hard, but all of this is still kind of loose. I'm gonna wait until I install the rear camera and hide the GPS wiring, but you can barely tell, man. And then it goes down to there, and we have it coming out here, and it's just hidden, man. It's hidden, you can't really see it, which is exactly what I was trying to do. So it's working out. Now I'm gonna move on. All right, we've moved locations. Now we're going to be installing the GPS module. I plan on hiding all of the wiring for it, which you can see is quite a bit. I plan on hiding it somewhere up here, but you're going to see that go down in just a second. So the orientation of this actually matters. You want to make sure that the GPS logo is one facing out and then two facing upright, like in the readable context. So I'm going to have this pasted on the back here or somewhere along the back of the dash, so that way it's still facing upright and correctly, and a lot of the wire might be able to get hidden within the straps. So I'll show you how it's going to look like. I got the GPS module stuck onto the back of the rear view mirror. Kind of just have this loop going so that way this still stays upright, because you remember you want to have the GPS logo facing up and outwards towards the satellites. Now I'm going to go ahead and have this routed up. so there we go. That is all of the wiring for the GPS wrapped up, and I'll probably end up with some better Dremel bits shaving into the headliner right here. Something to tidy up. You won't see that on video, but you will see on video the rear camera setup. Alright, so next part of the game is to install the rear view camera. This rear camera is gonna go here. When I install it, I have to consider the fact that the bed is going to be coming down or open it, and when I come down, I need to make sure that it doesn't hit the camera, mess its angle, break it, or whatever. So my idea is to have it somewhere there. This 4-pin connector is going to go where the hole for the connector for this guy is. So once I take this cover off and this license plate light off, there's going to be a hole there. There's kind of a gap down here as well, which is going to help me with the routing of the cable so that I can meet the rest of the wiring that will go into the rear mirror actual assembly. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this installed. I messed up again and I didn't record it, but we do have the rear camera stuck onto the back of the truck. Right now I'm letting the adhesive dry right now. You do get one extra piece of adhesive as well as some screws in case you needed to go into your headliner if you wanted to write an interior. This is protected against all the weather. It's gonna be fine. I didn't think the IP rating was something like 6.7 or something. I'm gonna make sure that I tighten down these screws once I get it into the position I want, so that way it sits in place. And I can always mess with the angle in the camera from inside on the mirror, or I just come out here and just adjust it a little bit. But for now, everything looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on while this dries up, and then we'll fix it into position. Currently, I have the seat up and the wiring kind of just laid out on the outside. My plan is to kind of follow the same routing that the brake lights and the reverse light has that lead toward the front of the truck. That's primarily going underneath the bed right here, the actual platform of it, coming through a hole in the floorboard right here. There's already wiring in place, so I don't have to really mess with anything. Drill any holes or anything like that, maybe zip tie a few things, but I love zip ties, so it's fine. I think some of the issues that I'm really going to have is going to be underneath the bed. I have to figure out exactly how I'm going to route it. Shortest side first. I'm probably going to feed it through and then worry about the wiring afterwards. So I'll start with this, get it routed from the rear end to the front end. We're not done yet, but little blue light is there. Nice.
Please insert a card.
Yep, well I'm not gonna right now because I'm not at the finale. And I'm able to adjust if I need to. I can also move the camera on the back. But I'll mess with that later. If you give a swipe, you have the rear camera, same thing. You're able to adjust it if you needed to. I think right now I'm facing a little bit to the left. Then my brightness if I need to. Turn the bottom and it's a regular mirror. But you know what? because I'm already messing with this. Oh, so much nicer. But yeah, this is basically what I'm gonna be messing with later on in the video. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek as to how everything looks. You can see here I'm shooting at 4K 1080p right there, and then right there, and then you also do get your miles per hour, your recording time. If I wanted to lock this video so I can only see the rear view camera, if I wanted to lock it, I could lock it right there, but I don't plan on doing that. Welcome. I didn't spill it that time. As you can see, I'm wearing a new shirt. It's because it's a new day. I wasn't able to finish everything, and by everything, I wasn't able to get this wired up with this because of this, where I can add a circuit. I had bought the wrong size. The fuse, like I mentioned earlier, just didn't fit, so I now have the right size. With that being said, the installation will begin. I'll show you guys how I go from this 12-volt custom accessories outlet. You're gonna see how I set it up. You get something like this, which is basically a fuse here, and where your power will go towards your accessory, and you will have your bigger amp fuse closer towards the fuse box or towards these terminals, and your lower amp, which would be anything above 5, is honestly perfect, more than perfect. 5 would be great. I'm gonna put 7.5 on this fuse, and it's rated for what this would be rated for. This isn't anything more than, like, I think 1.5 amps, just like that. So now we have one fuse here. This fuse that will be closest to these terminals is going to be rated for whatever fuse is actually going to be used. So you can see 20 amp, 7.5 amp, and then this part connects into the fuse box, and our power will come from this red wire. I'll have it crimped in there. I'll probably cut off a lot of this red because I already have a lot of wire, and your ground, and just find any bare metal spot. So one cool feature that I found online is this website called Start My Car, and this helped me find which fuse to use. So here you can see I decided on the radio system, and it tells me which one it is and exactly how many amps. So that way I know anytime I start my car, which is when the radio turns on, I don't want it draining battery while my car is off, which the cigarette lighter does. The radio only turns on with the key. So with this, I'm able to pick the radio fuse and ensure that I don't end up wasting my battery. And you can see from the diagram that it's pretty spot on. I already have that fuse removed, and I'm gonna go ahead and set up the wiring now. Awesome, so we have it routed. So now if I were to turn this on, we are getting power there, which is great. Let's go ahead and connect this blue light. and we have power going from our radio. I think probably cause for the finale. First try. Oh, never mind, not first try. First try. First try. Okay. So now we have power to that. So it's gonna ask if you want to format, you're gonna say yes. It's gonna clear your SD card. All right, and now we are set. We have our front camera, our rear camera, our mirror, which looks pretty freaking great, man. And so yeah, our wiring is hidden just across the top there, across the top here. Have it coming down there, and I'm not done with this. So we're gonna wrap this up and then we'll be finished. Yerba, sponsor me. I swear I probably am the one who purchases more than 50,000 of your cans at least a month. I'm not even exaggerating. Please sponsor. Hard to talk about yerba. I could talk about yerba for like hours, if I'm being honest. You also have your file explorer, which is where you're able to see all your photos. You have smart driving, which you can turn on. That's okay. And the way you calibrate this is by aligning this in front of you. So you can kind of see there's a green arrow. You want to make sure that this green arrow is centered. All right, so now we will go into set rear view default. Yes, I do want my rear view showing. Volume setting, we're keeping that low. Boot up sound, let's keep that off. We can set this to low. Touch sound must remain off. Auto screen off, that's about time. Speed unit, American. Speed adjustment, if I needed to, I would. Don't need to. English will remain. Time zone. Let me do some math real quick, guys. Alright, I found the setting where you can mess with that without having to do the math. So today's date, 12/14/2025. Let's keep it like that. Hour is currently 7 p.m. And I like to keep my clock a little early. Just keep it regular. Voice control. And then had I been outside, it would start connecting with satellites, but since we are indoors right now, I'm not gonna be able to get any satellites. Once I open the garage doors, maybe I will. And then show speed and time, I already have that set to on. So guys, that's really it. Thank you guys for sticking around, watching how everything went.
Recording started.
Yeah, I did. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this is going to be super helpful for you guys. Go ahead and follow and stick around for more K-Truck videos. One part that I'm really excited for, and I'll show you guys real quick, is these new parts that just came from Japan. I had a buddy of mine out there ship these out for me, and I cannot wait. We have a new timing belt, a new water pump, and then a new clutch, which does need to be replaced. I did learn manual on this car, so it had its beating, time to repay it. But not only that, we also are getting a 13.5-inch LED light bar. That is gonna go back here. It'll replace the stock light. And what is a project car without a few things to fix, not just add? We are leaking oil. From where, I don't know, but I noticed this earlier when I was routing the wire. So I'm gonna have to trace this back, but I'm assuming this is part of the timing area of the engine. So I will be ready to order new gaskets when I need to. If it wasn't for the recording, I would say it would take me about 2 hours to get this installed. I have done this previously on my Honda Accord, and the install was super straightforward. The parts that I had to get, I will list right here, as well as in the description, and as well as the tools that I had to use in the description. Go ahead and like this video, follow for more K-Truck projects. As you can see, I got plenty more motorcycles in the garage that I gotta be working on. More projects on those, spearfishing, just stay tuned. This channel is gonna be epic. Peace.